Hello everyone. So it's 29th of February and I haven't made video for past 1 month. And this 1 month has been a lot stressful. Uh, Partly because I gave a lot of interviews but I couldn't crack much. Um, Even though my interviews went well, but still there was no hiring. And I blame myself for it, but there are certain market conditions that I need to respect and that I can't control, that is out of my hand. So I can't do much about it. Regarding the effort, I put in a lot of effort during the month of January, uh, but in the past 2 weeks, was constantly trying to research about universities in different countries and whether I should go and pursue a master's in different country. So I was considering that option, and I had multiple options in my mind, but I cancelled out many. Uh, there were different countries that I was targeting. So the countries were like USA, then Canada, then UK, Australia, and Ireland to a bit. But Ireland I rejected mostly because it's a very small country. The masters is of 1 year, but the housing prices is not that great. Like there is a huge demand for housing, but it is in very shortage. Also, it is a great economy in terms of Europe, uh, but when you consider the whole PR related thing and the terms of settling there, it's not that lucrative in terms of like settling there. Also, if I want to move abroad, if I'm leaving my country and I'm settling abroad, I want that the earning multiples that I have should be more. But in terms of Ireland, I think the earning was not that great, so I didn't consider Ireland. Then comes Germany. Germany I rejected mostly because of the language problem. Germany is really a great place for immigrants, but they have to learn German in some way or the other. Regarding IT industry, I think Germany is pretty bit lenient on it. But yeah, I mean also the savings is not that great in Germany. Like if you consider the saving rate, that is really low. And I have this idea that okay, I want to come back to India. I don't want to stay outside as I don't have another brother who would stay with my parents, take care of them. Although my sister is there, but I don't know for sure whether she would be living in India only or whether she would be staying with my parents, which is highly unlikely because after marriage she would go and live with his partner, maybe some other state. And so my parents need someone for their support because they are getting old and I don't want to leave my parents. My father came to Delhi, leaving behind his parents, and I see that once you leave your parent, it's a difficult uh, option to consider. So even if I am taking so much sacrifice, I should have some return of investment that I can uh, guarantee that this is a good return, and I'm happy if I earn like this much amount and come back to India. So I think that period was very large for countries like Germany, Ireland, and to some extent Canada as well. Lately, Canada has restricted their visas for postgraduate work permit when you do a diploma there. So you have to do masters there, and masters cost a lot in any country, be it Canada, US, Australia. So and the savings rate is higher than what the previous countries were offering, but it is still not that much. Also, it's a very good immigrant friendly country and it would remain so, I think, for the next future also. But I feel that Canadian market, when it is hit by this type of recession, they don't produce ample jobs there. The population size is also increasing there, and you can say that Canada is basically a mini India where a lot of citizens are Canadian citizens. So they have this mix of culture of a very Indian thing. A lot of Gujaratis are there, a lot of South Indians are there, a lot of Punjabis are there. Um, and you can say that the entire India to some extent is there in Canada. So you have a lot of community support there. Whether they are supporting their people is a big issue, but at least you get to see similar faces there. And the immigration rule is also friendly in terms of masters, that you get 3 year work permit, and you can look out for any opportunity. Even if you don't get job in your required field, you could do that work. That thing is not possible in terms of USA. So USA is really hard in terms of what they wanted uh, the immigrants to have. Also, they have this H1B criteria, lottery, which is a lottery based system. Then they have multiple restrictions in entering the state. So I feel that there also it's a very huge risk, but the reward is also high there. So looking at multiple countries, I find that no country is perfect, and neither is India too. But in India, I think I have parents, I have my own home, whether it's small, it's another issue, but at least I have some place to live. I don't have this burden to pay rent every time. So my house is like 40 square yards, so it's very small. But still, I am living here. I have my mother with me. I have my father with me. Uh, the dignity of life, at least in terms of like the quality that I'm spending here, is much more, which I would be spending outside country, because I have to do my dishes, I have to do everything on my own, and uh, yeah, that seems a difficult task, staying here, because we don't do it regularly in India. So it's a very different problem altogether. Keeping aside, I was doing a lot of research there, and uh, I did apply to a lot of companies. My frequency of applying was reduced, but I did apply to a lot of companies. I got similar responses like most of the companies. Even if they took interview, they were not reluctant to hire me, because they have someone else who is much more senior to me and is willing to work more, maybe at the less pay. So that was one condition. So yeah, it's been like 9 months of unemployment. It's really hard for me to like now think about it every time. I think that if I do a lot of things, then this pressure just get removes. But still, there is a lot of pressure that even if I like go for a government exam, I don't have much of months left to prepare, and I have to give in my all. Like I have to go in that route, which is not at all 100% perfect, but not also 100% guaranteed that I would pass through that barrier. So then I don't have anything in my hand that is left. So even if I am trying for a government job, I would want a job security first. Then I would be able to try much more heavily harder on applying for different jobs. So this is my thinking. Uh, I could be totally wrong, but this is how I think. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion, but I did a lot of good things as well in February. So I maintained that I would go to gym every day. Uh, During the start of February, I think it was not very consistent. I would go for 4 days at gym and then skip 2 days. I tried to restrict my diet. Earlier, I was eating a lot more. It was a stress eating phase, so I did eat a lot of unhealthy junk food that I didn't wanted to eat, but Uh, no, it is that initial happiness that you seek in your life. You don't go out. I didn't uh, go out for a very long time. I didn't talk to a lot of my friends. Neither do I have a lot of friends near my house. And how much more could you talk to your parents? There's only certain things that you can talk, and you cannot uh, show that you are not happy in your parents' state, because that makes your parents feel very down. So I didn't wanted that. Yeah, that's the case. So what's next? I think um, what I currently feel is I would be giving few papers like ielts and all, applying to universities. Let's see whether I get shortlisted or not. Even though applying and getting shortlisted is also a very uh, money intensive process. You get to spend around 2 lakhs for just applying to universities, not even getting selected. Then you have to file like I-20, all those things which is required in US visa. Then there are different countries requiring different things from you. I need to look for LORs in my company, uh, brushing up my skills because the market is not great. Even if you pass out from a very good college, it does not guarantee that you would find a job in this market. So that's one case. So I need to up my game in masters, and before masters, like really need to network as much as I could. Network on LinkedIn, network on different platforms that I could find people on, and then look out for opportunities sitting at India and then try the same thing in like different countries. There's no option of failure. Like, okay, you can fail, you can rebound, and I have to rebound because I don't want to get stuck in the similar situation every time. Uh, it was mistake leaving my job, but we as humans always commit some kind of mistakes, and no one is perfect. Neither do I consider myself perfect. There's a lot of FOMO that happens in my life. Therefore, I have stopped using Instagram, LinkedIn, and it helped me to cope up with the situation. So now I am looking what am I going to do, not looking at what external people are doing. But you get to know about different people from either your friends, family, and it creates a pressure. I don't want that pressure, and the only solution for that is to practice what I was doing, to do it every day, entire day. Look out for opportunities, look out for uh, things you could do, and yeah, that's it. I think this is what I wanted to say. So yeah, bye guys. Hope to see you tomorrow. I think I should be consistent in making these videos. So I will try to do as much videos as I could. Uh, but this is getting too long. So yeah, bye bye.